friends, hello, welcome back. So today we're gonna go out and we're gonna stick all the 2019 draft picks on one team. I was trying to figure out as many ways as possible here where we could somehow sim the future of these players, but it'd be just a complete mess to go out there and leave them on their respective teams, try to dig them up later, try to dig them up what teams they end up on. And unfortunately, when you put them all in one team, obviously some guys are gonna be in a third line, are gonna be in a fourth line. That can progress them differently, but I do still think it'll be an interesting video to see where all the 2019 draft picks progress in their career. So we put them all on one team. We're gonna sim up some seasons. We're gonna see how they do, but we'll just take a look at what we got right now. We have Cozens, Jack Hughes, and Kakko on the first line. I feel like that's gonna be a pretty sick line in the future. That is a 7th overall pick right there on the first line. And another thing I should bring up too is we probably do not have everybody here. I think we the last couple picks in a draft, obviously you can only put 12, 6, 18, 19 players, 20 players, 30 picks. You cannot put every player in there, and you also cannot put players that were drafted and they currently play in the NCAA. The NHL does not have the rights to college players, so guys like that also could not make this video. I guess I could show the potentials for these guys. Make Michael with the other forward potential, same with Tracy. Well, that's the roles, their top 6 potential, I should say. Medium top 6 potential, Holmstrom top 6 potential. You guys are gonna enjoy this video because I'm gonna have to attempt to say all these guys' names. And being that they were just drafted, and I'm just gonna be completely honest, I don't remember half the guys that were drafted. I'm gonna be pronouncing a lot of these guys' names wrong. Like Petelier. Petelier sounds like the name. It's probably nothing close. That's Foot. We got Nolan Foot though, at least. So there's that. Tomasino! He's got a picture, which means I should probably know how to say his name. That is not good. You guys don't have to know that, right? That sounded right. Tomasino. It sounds cool. Bowen Byram. And we have Heinola, Cider, Bjornfront, maybe. Could be Broberg, and then Soderstrom there on the third line potentials. Again, top 4 defense across the board. Their top 6. We do have an elite, and was that Byram? Yes, Byram's in the elite. I don't think there was any elites on offense besides the top line. Not even Cozens? Hughes has elite, Kakko has elite, and I think that is it. Yeah, there is not a lot of guys with the elite potential. That's kind of surprising right there. Nonetheless, and then for goaltending, we only picked one goalie. The only goalie that was picked in the player we took from the second round, and that was Sogard. And the reason we did one goalie is because I did want to make sure this progresses properly. Now, granted, we have a low overall Blackwood. He should progress with the team. I don't want to have 265 overall goalies in it. That's gonna, cause this team to go 10-70 due to them giving up 60 goals a game. So for that reason, we went out and said we'll make sure they have a solid goalie in there so it doesn't affect the performance of the players, the progression of the players, and so forth like that to an extent. Granted, that's still going to be an issue because of how many players they clearly have that are low overalls. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and sim up season 1. We'll see how the boys do, and then we'll check progress reports as well when I catch you guys back here. Season number 1, as you can expect, very solid season. Won 16 games. If we was a football team, that's an undefeated season. So 16 wins, not a big deal. Not something we was really expecting to have happen, especially in these first couple years here with this young team. We want to check out the points though here real quick. We'll check out the progress reports as well. Jack Hughes, 61 points, 54 out of Kakko and Cozens. So really, as low as that first line overall is, up to an 85 already, but as low as that overall is, they had a pretty solid season. The second line wasn't that bad as well. Heinola, Krabs, we talk about Byram as well, Cider. Did I say Cider? I think is it Cider? Is it Cider? They kicked some guys off the team. I don't think we have 18 guys here, do we? No, we don't. Okay, so EA was like, you know what? We're going to go ahead and during the offseason, go ahead and cut some guys and send them to the AHL, which is something I'm not a big fan of EA. We're going to have to go and fix that there here before we start simming up the next season, I guess. But, it happens. They do what they do. Got low overalls. They're like, we'll make it work for you. I made sure we had I went out there. We gave every single player a 6-game or 6-year contract. That way that we don't have to worry about re-signing anybody or anything of that nature. All right, so looking at some of the scouting reports, we got Hughes at the top, 85, Kakko 83, 14 on a mod, 50. I think it'd be easier if we pull up. There's a there's not a page. It doesn't say we can go that direction, but that's not going to work. So it will be easier just to go down the list like this. 14 on mod there. Byram up to an 80. Cider up to an 80. Snyder, good for you for making a list, pal, but you're still chilling in the AHL. Glad you made the reports, though. We'll have to go and bench him before we start this next season. Cozens got a plus 23 up to a 79. Kirby Dach, I think he starts at, a 76, so he's up a plus 3 as well. Pavel Zacha. You know what's weird is where some of these guys come from, because we traded them all away. before this started, and somehow they just magically ended up back on our team in AHL performances or some form or the other. And then during the offseason, EA is like, oh, you wanted to put these guys in your team? Here you go. So we'll have to go ahead and fix that again. Like I said, we'll change the rosters here before we make sure everything is set up and ready to rock and roll again before this next season starts here. I think we should be right around the corner here where we can just sim up, make sure we have everything set the way it is. I don't know why there's a button that says don't let your head coach edit lines and stuff if they still edit your lines. But like I said, I think that's strictly what I've noticed them doing this before with the lower overall players, especially, is they always, for whatever reason, they automatically do it in the offseason. They don't mess with it during the regular season, but once you hit that offseason, they just kind of go hunky-dory with your players and like, oh, let's go put this guy here or this guy here and it'll be a good time. You guys will like it. You'll love it. So we should be good to go from there, but right here's the regular season now. Go ahead and edit these lines to make sure everything is nice and sparkly. We have Kakko. Zaka, you are not playing. We just went through this. You do not get to play, Zaka. I am sorry to tell you. It is going to be Soderstrom and let's see who. Suzuki, Krebs. Tracy was a first round pick, right? Yeah, first round 29. Cozens, Dach, Boquist. You was not a pick, right? Yeah, second in 2013. So he's the other one that has to go. Him and Michael McLeod. So I guess we have a couple guys just laying around here. McLeod over here thinking he's going to go out here and play some games this year. He wishes. That's a two-way defenseman. That's a defenseman. Harley plays defense. We got some guys in the AHL that got sent down. Who else got? Byram, Berlin, Broberg, Smith. Smith must be the guy, right? First round in 2018. He tried to squeak in there. I see you, Smith. Nah, that's definitely, hey, yeah, it's weird. It said scratch. There we go. That's perfect. So you're going to go right there. That is beautiful. And we're going to go ahead here and go and edit lines. That is done. We're going to go back. All right, so that was taken care of. It might be easier for us to just go straight to the edit lines thing to check progress reports because of the way it messes with everybody in AHL. I'm assuming the farther we get along, though, the higher the overalls get and the easier this will be. But like we said, now we have Krebs up here. It looks like Cozens got demoted down to the second line. We'll see how he feels about that. He's only got a third line scoring forward role anyway. Over there on defense, again, 80-81. Byram to the second line, too. Another surprise there. Interesting to see some of these guys progressing a little quicker than other ones. And then everybody else here is, again, our first-round picks, and we are good to go. Looking beautiful there. And on the goaltending side of things, we have Blackwood and we have Sogard. I think what we'll do this time around is we'll stop the sim at, like, the second last game of the season. And then we can check out stats from there before EA says, you know what, we're all going to go down to the AHL. Look at these Devils! 34, 40, and 7. Almost a playoff team. A big growth type of year for these young players. Maybe not, though, because Jack Hughes dropped 57 points. He had a lower season points-wise compared to the season before. Maybe just playing better as a team. Kakko 54. It has to be. The minus 50s aren't coming across the board. Minus 38 to be exact. Minus 9, Dylan Cozens. Suzuki, minus 17, 48 points, though. Looks like the goal scorer of the bunch is Dylan Cozens right now at 21 goals. Krebs down there, minus 16, 43 points, 39 there. This time it looks like everything is looking good, minus Maltsev, who I don't know who that is. A 2016 fourth rounder. Yeah, I don't understand, EA. I don't understand what you want me to do when I put everybody in the lineup properly and you still insist on throwing somebody in there that's not supposed to play. All right, so EA logic, I still, like I said, for as many times as we've done this simming process with younger lower overalls, for whatever reason, when you get into the offseason, EA just, they do whatever they want with the players. Like, all of a sudden, everything coaching strategy stuff's off, and it hits some sort of cog in the road where they replace players, they place players in different leagues. We always have to change them. For some reason, Philip Tomasino has been completely removed from the league. Now, we're looking strictly at, you know, our exempt contracts, 1 of 40. You would think he was the exempt contract. But looking strictly at, just looking at player search in general, we have Philip brought up. And there's literally no Philip Tomasino even in the league. So I don't know how to fix it. I apologize to the Nashville fans, but I guess he's going to be the one casualty of this video where his progress is not going to be tracked. Everybody else is perfectly fine and fantastic. Everybody else is on their line still. But for some reason, Tomasino just completely disappeared from the league. We have everybody else. But we got Maltsev playing with Dach and Holmstrom now, I guess. That's got to be the thing. Tracy's on this, right? He's in here. Yeah, he's a first round 2019. For some reason, I just feel like he wasn't there. Everybody else is perfectly fine. I don't know what causes that. I really would like to, I guess it's one of those hidden things you don't see. The goaltending as well, Blackwood and Sogard 79 and 82 overall as well. Pretty solid season for the fellas here. Hard to believe they're already up to a 500 ball club to an extent here. We'll take a look at the progress reports here as well, just to take a peek here real quick before the end of the season. And right now we're seeing moderate mods for the most part. Hughes the biggest one so far at the 86. Kakko surprisingly not going anywhere. I guess when you have 54 points, 20 minutes on ice, you think he'd progress a little bit more than that. Surprisingly not. Black would be in the starting goalie that he is. We're already well aware of that. Some guys still progressing fairly well. What we're going to do, though, is because I don't want this to be like a 6-year-long video. I kind of want to be a bit shorter if we can make it happen. Just to kind of give you guys an idea, 5 years down the road for the teams, we're going to go ahead and sim up the next 3 seasons. I will make sure every time these lines are properly set up so we get the proper progression. Hopefully there's no more casualties. Again, apologies for Thomas Philip Tessino over there. I guess you just see it wasn't meant to be for, but we'll continue this and I'll catch you guys back here at the end of season 5. All right, so we have finished season number 5 and I have great news. Our buddy Tomlinson or Thomason or whatever his name is, the reason we could not see him, I think they sent him back over to, one of the European leagues or something, or an under 20 league, so he was not showing up on our team, but he is on our team now, and our team has progressed pretty nicely. As you can see, Jack Hughes dropping to 90 overall, 83 points this year. Kaapo Kakko up there with him as well at 83 points. Somehow this team is actually really solid and still didn't make playoffs once out of these 5 years. Suzuki, 64 points. Still 33 goals and 30 goals out of these guys. 200 shots. I know somebody, that's not creative players, that's why. But Tracy, 62, 44, 42, 38. And I guess we'll go down this entire list here just to see what we got going down here. Byram, 25 points. Foot, 20 points. Again, not a lot of positive guys. Broberg, still struggling, minus 25. Pelletier, minus 4, 16 points, minus 20 out of Hinola, whose name I still cannot say properly. Hinola. There's like 17 different options there. But jumping over here and taking a peek at the progress reports. Jack Hughes, 90 overall. Kaapo Kakko, 89. I think he was a 90 going into this season. If I am not mistaken, he was a 90 and they ended up dropping him a little bit there. 83 points, 84 points, 69 points these last 3 seasons. Reasonably so. There's no wonder this guy is over here rocking such a total. Oh, hang on a second. He's no, you can't there. Let's see if you could go from player from there. It appears that is not the case. Bowen Byram with the 88 overall. Another big progression type of guy there. Not a big point producer, but from an overall perspective and a defensive perspective, the guy's been absolutely stellar back there. Dylan Cozens can say the same about him. Dylan Cozens up to an 86. Again, middle of the range points, but again, he's doing more than scoring points. He's helping the guys in a two-way perspective. Who am I kidding? He's a minus 21 and a minus 30. I guess we can't go down the route of a two-way perspective, but he's progressing well. For what that's worth, his progression is going up. Tracy, an 86 overall. I swear he might have had a higher overall to start the year. Again, might have been a guy that struggled during the season. We'll take a look here. 62 points, 66. He was up there on that first line. Then we had Ryan Suzuki over there, 85 points. Again, we will check out the way he's been playing the last 5 seasons. 64, 58, 36, 49, 36. Nothing too stellar. That 2020 season, I don't know what happened to this team in 2020. Minus 56? How's that even possible? He was a 500 minus 56. He had to like Kovalchuk it. Literally every time we went out on the ice, they let out a goal. It's like the only way that'd be possible. Soderstrom, tell me you're better than a minus 56. That must be the same line. Minus 53 for Soderstrom. I don't know what happened that season. Something happened this year or it absolutely killed him. But we're going to stop around the 23-year-old range because that is where we start to see guys. I guess some guys are late bloomers, but 23 seems to be that magic number where guys start popping off. So that's why we kind of said, let's try 23. Of course, some of these guys could still progress in this game. Kirby Dach, for example, who's a third-line scoring forward at an 84 overall right now. Let's take a look at the way he played this season, just for a good time. Minus 52 again, minus 25, minus 10, minus 10. Something happened here where these guys had a crazy plus minus. I don't even remember seeing it. Is it broken? Am I looking at... Oh, you know why I'm so lost? Oh my goodness. Somebody... Who makes these YouTube videos these days for this guy? Jeez, he's embarrassing himself. 2020 is this season. That's why. We're in like season 2024. So that would probably explain it. That makes a lot of sense here. Technically, it is 2019, 2020. But in this video, we're like 4 years ahead of that there. Krebs, 83 overall. Broberg, 83. we have they all progressed. Going back in and taking a look, even Tomasino's up to an 82 overall. The man that we thought just completely disappeared came back from across the world playing on INAG over there after that minus 28 season. Dropped 110 points and said, you know what? I think I can come back to the NHL now. And he didn't do too bad. 15, 38, 44. Progressing slowly but surely, getting better there. Up to an 82 overall. Sogard, the goalie that we've been really wanting to see how he would progress. An 81 overall. Again, we had to kind of control his starts, though, because, you know, a younger goalie, they just don't go in there and strap the pads on at 18. You know, they're usually 23, 24 before you start seeing them getting more playing time. So for him to be an 81, that is very solid there. Holmstrom, Foot, those look like the guys that struggled the most here. Harrison is not a player. He's just kind of there. And Pelletier, the guy whose name I cannot pronounce properly, ended up being another forward top 6. So maybe I'll never have to learn how to say his name properly by the looks of it. Looking at the way he progressed, though, 16, 9, 13, 7, 15, and 7, I should say. There is a reason he is not a very high overall. He has been struggling. But for the most part, a lot of these guys progressing to an 82, 83 plus range for these top overall picks for teams here in the 2019 draft. Otherwise, though, guys, that concludes this video. If you guys enjoyed it, a big thumbs up, subscribe, appreciate it, never required. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.